Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Monday, September the 29th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is expected to open positively with ASX futures up around 0.25%. Global equity markets finished positively on Friday with European stocks rising from three-week lows, lifted by gains in financials and industrials. The major indices on Wall Street also rose as the Personal Consumption Expenditures Index report for August showed inflation was in line with expectations. However, for the week, the Dow was down 0.1%, the S&P 500 was down 0.3%, and the Nasdaq fell 0.7%. Well, the imposition of new tariffs on branded pharmaceutical products saw drug maker Eli Lilly gain, and shares of truck maker PACCAR, which makes most of its trucks for the US market domestically, rose, with tariffs also levied on heavy-duty trucks. Electronic art shares surged on reports that the video game publisher was in advanced talks to go private. And Costco fell a day after the company reported its quarterly results. Well, in the US, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index increased 0.3% in August after gaining 0.2% the previous month and reflecting a rise in airline fares, accommodation as well as financial services and insurance and utilities. In the 12 months through to August, the PCE price index rose 2.7%, the largest year-on-year increase since February, while the core PCE deflator was up 2.9% year-on-year. US consumer spending increased slightly more than expected in August, with households spending more on holidays and dining out. Personal income rose 0.4% in August after a similar gain in July. Well, longer-dated US Treasury yields rose on Friday following the data showing strong consumer spending. The US 10-year was at 4.18%, while the 2-year was off slightly at 3.64%. Australian 3-year government bond yields fell to 3.61%, with markets pricing in no chance that the RBA cash rate will be cut at tomorrow's meeting, and only one more cut in this easing cycle. The US dollar index closed down almost 0.5% on Friday. The Aussie is trading at 65.5 US cents. Oil prices rose on Friday as Ukraine's drone attacks on Russia's energy infrastructure cut the country's fuel exports. And over the weekend, Russia launched hundreds of drones and missiles at Kiev and other parts of Ukraine, killing at least 4 people in one of the most sustained attacks on the capital since the full-scale war began. Brent futures up 1% at $70 a barrel. Copper rose 0.2%. Iron ore was little changed at $103 a tonne. And gold has firmed in the wake of the latest US inflation data on the prospect that the Fed's rate-cutting cycle remains intact. Spot gold at around $3,760 an ounce. And Bitcoin is trading close to $111,000. Well, ahead locally this week, tomorrow the Reserve Bank reveals its interest rate decision. We'll also get building approvals for August and private sector credit data. Wednesday sees Cotality's National Home Value Index, and Thursday the International Trade Balance, monthly household spending indicator, and the RBA's Financial Stability Review. Overseas, US spending or pending home sales tonight. Tuesday sees China Purchasing Managers Index, while in the US, job openings followed by private payroll data, as well as the ISM Manufacturing Index. Thursday, US factory orders, and on Friday, US non-farm payrolls and the ISM Services Index. Quiet on the data docket today, while a raft of companies are trading ex-dividend, including the following REITs: Arena, Centuria Industrial, Charter Hall, Long WALE and Waypoint, as well as Dexus and Dexus Industria, also Gold Road Resources. That is your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.